Oh, I think it's there now. And I will take you to the Moodle guide actually that I have provided to you through the WhatsApp. Maybe some of you already got the possibility to look it through, but let me walk you through it so that you get an idea of what Moodle is and why we have chosen it and how to access it. So actually what we are doing now at this moment is a form of synchronous cooperation. Instead of coming together, we come together using the ICT, using the tools that we have introduced. So last week we introduced Zoom. And Zoom allows us to have a real-time meeting, a real-time discussion as we are having now as well. And this is a form of synchronous cooperation. It is taking place at the same time. Everybody is here now at this moment. But there are also other options to support the things that we are doing within our program. And we are talking about those as asynchronous options of cooperation. And Moodle is a platform that is already quite known within Uganda, within Africa, within VVOB. So for example, in Uganda, the Ministry of Education has been working with it, with UNICEF, with UNESCO. Some of the major universities here in Uganda use this system already for some years, and even some colleges are familiar to the Moodle platform. And if I'm not mistaken, Unyama is also one of those colleges that already has experience with platform. So it's good to build upon something that is already known and has proven its value. We also learned from our colleagues in Rwanda that the platform is known there, and the Ministry of Education and also the major university together within their program with VVOB is using Moodle to support their activities when it comes to the training and the workshop that they are providing. So we think also not only for the workshops, not only for the trainings, but even broader, we can make use of the platform, which is an open source platform. So it doesn't cost money to use the software. Of course, there are some costs if you want to have your server there and need support from that. But it is not a very expensive program. Actually, the software itself is free for use. And we want to be using it for the sharing of documents, for example, the reports of the meeting, the reports of workshops, of the study visits that we made. It could be even the photos that we make. But it also has an agenda option so that we can plan the activities ahead and put the materials that are related to those activities. We can put them in Moodle. And we also have a number of what we call asynchronous tools. So Moodle is actually a platform supporting learning, supporting workshops, and that's what we are doing as well. We are collaborating, we are working together within our tab streams. So the tools that Moodle offers, we can use, for example, the wiki, database support is there, we can make questionnaires, we can use forums, etc. So there is a lot there already, and we are also still learning what the whole platform offers us, and just learning and working with it will also give us idea of how and where we can use the platform. And today I will also already share what kind of materials and what kind of ideas we have taken in as to this point. But of course, if we want to use it, we need to know where to find it. And through the WhatsApp, I've shared this guide. But also for those who were not able to open the PDF in which the guide can be found, I have also shared the link and the way to log in. So if you want to go there to that platform of Moodle, then the address that you need to type into any browser could be on your laptop computer, could be on your tablet, could be on your phone, is vvobuganda.moodlecloud.com. And if you go there, you will see a screen with our logo. It's actually not our official logo, but a temporary logo anyway. The tab logo and the teaching agriculture practically, it will say that, and it will ask you for your mail address and or login name. The login name is your mail address, and then it will ask for your password. The password in your case is Unyama 2020. That is the initial password that everyone got. So you can change it into a password that you like, and please also remember it, of course. But this is at least the initial password that everyone had from Unyama. So once you have managed to log in, then you will see an overview of a number of what Moodle calls courses. Those are courses, but those are actually also environments. Some are more like courses. For example, the one we are dealing with now, it's an online training actually. So that's a little bit more like a course, but the others I think are more like working environments in which we take a certain stream, for example, the student plots or this production unit or the instructional video or micro teaching or student practice or exposure visits. So we have all those themes, all those streams within the TAP program in which we are working. And for the activities, the workshops, the meetings, the trainings, the coaching and mentoring, the events, for all of those, we will use Moodle and have environments there that will support us with the materials, with the agenda, with the asynchronous activities that we are preparing, so that we can build upon all those things that we want to accomplish within our TAP program. So here you will find that environments that you are related to. So it could be that one person, for example, the farm manager will have different environments, different courses than, for example, a lecturer or the ICT coordinator. So it depends a little bit to what group you belong and what kind of environments are there for you, because not everyone is working in all of the streams. So it depends a little bit on your role, but especially the lecturers will be participating in many of the streams and many of the environments that we also have there in Moodle. So I come now to my last part of the guide, which is about the Moodle app. So you can, of course, use your web address and put it in the browser of your smartphone. But on your smartphone and even on your tablet or your desktop, there is the possibility to download an app. And those apps for Google and those for Android and that of the Apple Store, they are listed here. The links are here. But if you would go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, you can also easily type in Moodle and you will find the app. It is about 15 megabytes. It's not too big. And with that, you can download it, and it has some advantages. You need to log in, of course, using again vvubuganda.moodlecloud.com in your login email address and password. But once you've done that, it will remember it, and next time you don't need to do that again. If you make a shortcut on your start screen, then it's easy for you to find it every time again and again. And it has another advantage as well, because with the app, it's possible to download the content of an environment. For example, the environment for, let us say, the production units. We have some coaching and mentoring sessions coming up about that. So we are providing all of the materials that we have been working on in the workshops in March through the Moodle platform. For example, the layout of the farm, the way your mission statement, what else was there? The way you want to reimburse the students, the plan for that, the plan for the production unit. So all that data, all those outcomes of that workshop, you can find in the Moodle platform. And as you are still going to work on that, it's a good resource. You will find that material, so you can work and build upon that. So you won't be needing the connection with internet all of the time, because once you have the connection and you synchronize, you download that content, it's on your phone, and then you can assess it and look at it, read it, through it, even without the internet connection at that moment. And the next time you synchronize again, and then you'll get the updates. I will talk a little bit more about this option later in this session. So let me switch screens here and go to the actual environment, which I should have here somewhere. Yes, I think it's this one. Let me go to the start of it. I hope you can all see that I'm opening another screen now. I'm going to the browser, and let's see whether we can start with the beginning, and that is with putting there the address. So the address is here, vvubuganda.moodlecloud.com. It has some extra information, but that's automatically. But this address, that will take you to the site. So once you are there, you have to put your username or email. We are using our email address, and then your password. You have to put your password here. So let me take the one I was using as for testing as a participant. So that's actually this one, my mail address that I was using for that. And because I've been here before, it remembers my password, so I don't need to retype it. But here you type your own email address, and here you type Unyama 2020. Maybe you want to change that later, but this is at least to start with. And then you log in. And once you have done that, you will find yourself on the starting page, the dashboard actually of the platform. Through the mobile phone, it looks a little bit different, but you will recognize it. It's more or less the same. And this tab participant is related to Mubende. So you can see that he or she has access to the Mubende working environment. But for you, Unyama, you will have your own working environment. So when you enter, you will see your Unyama working environment here. But you also will see this other course, the Online Capacity Development Training for TAP. So when you open that, you will actually see all that we have been dealing with in the previous sessions. So the session of last week and that of today. So this online course, the objectives for it, the program as we have been distributing it, the Zoom quick guide that we were presenting last week, the program of the meeting of last week, and some guides for using Zoom, everything can be found here. So for example, when I look at this, I was explaining this last week, but now it's also in a guide here in the environment. So you can just go here once you have gained access to the environment, and you just at your own time, at your own pace, review what is said here about, for example, raising hands, using the chat, using video, and mute and unmute, and things like that. So you will find those things here. Like I said, it's a resource as well. Ronald made a report of the attendance list, so that can be found here as well. So, for example, here the Unyama, this is what he distributed. He distributed it through WhatsApp, but we will store everything and organize everything as well here in Moodle. And the advantage of that is that it's easier to get back to because it's organized. So we have distributed the guide last week. We gave you an indication on how to register. So the Quick Start Moodle guide, I was just presenting to you. I was just showing to you. We've shared that through the WhatsApp, but of course you can find it here. So everything I was just saying, it's here. And actually, there is already an extra guide here that we've put here. It's the Moodle Desktop App. So for those of you who can use a laptop or a computer, you can also find an app that allows you to work offline, in an offline mode, even with a normal desktop. So some explanation about that is put here. So now we are in the session of April and May, and the program of the meeting, Ronald was just taking you through that in the beginning of this session. It's here. So all the activities, all the materials, everything is here. So this is a reference for us, but it's also a reference for you. And Ronald will take you to the activities for April and May later. And then, and this is an example of the asynchronous activities, we have some reading and self-study activities that I will take you through in just a while, just a little bit later in this meeting. So that is already here. Everything is already here. And I will explain it a little bit further in just a while. So on the left part of the environment, you can see that there is actually the structure of the course, the program and Zoom guide, introduction, the Moodle guide, the session where we are in, and then the reading and the self-study activities, it's there. You can get back to the dashboard, or you can just click tab, just in the left upper corner. There's also a calendar. So in that calendar, because I am now logged in with the Moobenda account, the Moobenda meetings will be here. So, for example, the Moobenda meeting we had this morning, it was here. Even with the Zoom link, it was here. So this is how we try to organize all of the activities, all of the sessions, and all of the data that relates to you. And at one time it's the Moobenda group or the Unyama group. At another time we have all groups together and we are addressing the lecturers, for example. So that's all possible within the Moodle environment. So we are having different groups, and depending on the type of session that we plan, you will find that organization. You will find it here in Moodle. So I think this is how far I wanted to go by this first introduction of Moodle. I will get back to you just in a while, but I first give back the microphone to Ronald so that he can get your feedback and that you can share your thoughts. Ronald.
Okay, thank you, Wim, for that elaborate introduction to Moodle. And I hope members getting more excited about working with these online tools. So we want to host the first discussion of the day, and we want to reflect on the opportunities you are beginning to think about in using Moodle, but also probably the challenges that you anticipate. So I want to open the floor and hear your views about where we are going, what we should take care of. Yes, James, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Dungo. I want to appreciate Wim for the session he under right now. It is quite interesting. I just want to make a clarification. For Unyama, we are not yet taken fully because okay, to me as an ICT officer, I was aware of the platform Moodle, but other staff they have not yet taken off Moodle as it was mentioned. But at least we are aware about the program. So that's the clarification I wanted to make.
Thank you, James.
So Unyama was not on the other staff. They are just getting it for the first time. I believe they are also enjoying the program. They will enjoy. I've shared also the details, the password Wim shared to me. I equally shared on the group. And then to some people who are not in, like Mr. Justice is not yet on the group for WhatsApp for Unyama. Okay. So maybe if Rita join in, she can add some few people to the group, like Otim and Justice. They are not on the WhatsApp platform for VVOB Unyama. So I've shared the username and password with them. I believe they should be able to try it out after this training. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, James. So that comment that one or two people within the colleges have used Moodle, and we rely on you, James, for Unyama to try and continue the trainings and the usage of Moodle amongst the members. Any other person who wants to contribution at this point? I have Spomona. William, are you still there? Yes. Okay, I know you have not been looking at the screen, but you've been hearing a few things. Are there any worries so far, any opportunities you can talk about?
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. Are you getting me?
Yes, we are getting you, please.
Yes. Now, I want actually to ask quickly on what James said. This platform actually has been introduced sometimes back by UNESCO.
By?
It was not by UNESCO sometimes.
Okay.
Where they wanted to, yeah. But it was not fully played. Was the program, I don't know how it decided, and many of our staff did not actually get access to it. So I think this is an opportunity where we can now use it so that we go ahead to use the platform. It's a good idea.
Okay, thank you, William. William says UNESCO tried to introduce this platform some time back, and we have an opportunity now to build on where we stopped for those who were available at the time. Okay, anyone else wants to make a contribution? Any comments about use of Moodle? You can also reflect back on what we had in the first training, opportunities and challenges. It's also a chance for us to look back. James, yes, I can see the hand is up again. Please go on.
Yes, Mr. Dungo. Yes, I want to appreciate that in one of our top priorities for Unyama this time, because it seems with the current situation, we need more of such kind of platforms so that we can also try to reach out to students, not only to agriculture. Meanwhile, we are going to try for agriculture students, but we think this is the best platform. So this is the best platform for the entire college to adapt. If lecturers can, we bring in other lecturers, they can enroll, and we also create account for the college so that we can be able to disseminate materials to students online. Because now the situation seems to be the normal classroom will be scary. But if we can go to online courses like this, it will really help to, first of all, to keep the academic staff safe and also the students. Even though the classroom might be there, but to me, I think if we go online, it will change the situation better. Thank you. That's what I want to submit.
Okay, thank you, James. I think James is telling us that there is an opportunity for us to begin to become trainers of other lecturers and also engage our own students onto online learning. So that is an opportunity that he doesn't want us to let lying down. Any other comments? You've been experiencing Moodle, you've been experiencing Zoom. Yes, Otim, go on.
Yes, thank you. It is my first time to experience this platform, but really it's very, very, very good because it saves time, it saves other costs related to transport and per diem. And if VVOB can make the meeting be frequent so that everybody is at par. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Is calling for frequent meetings. But we are also saying that internally, Unyama will get an account, and James can can create sessions online, and Unyama can host. Yes, Principal?
Yes, I've just joined. I'm still following what's happening.
Okay.
And I'll contribute in a short while.
Okay, I saw your microphone turned on and I thought you needed to speak. Any
no. Yeah.
contribution? We want to listen to your experiences, the opportunities you are seeing, the challenges we anticipate so that we can find solutions for those. Any other person who wants to make a contribution? Yes, David?
Yes, Dungo and other members, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David.
Yes, actually people are quiet, not that, actually people are quiet because some of us, we have not yet downloaded the and because actually we shall get more challenges, or we shall
Hello?
shall appreciate it more, will be the best start.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, David. William, do you want to say something?
the line wasn't clear.
Oh, the line wasn't, he was breaking. Okay. Okay, but he said many people may not contribute because probably they have not downloaded the Moodle and they've not tried it out. So, and last time they talked all they had to say about Zoom, and it looks like in Unyama we are ready. We are ready going forward. We're only looking at the opportunities and not even reflecting. Yes, Sebastian.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Sebastian.
Mine is to say that I welcome Unyama to the new world of Moodle. Actually, it is not a hard thing. The only challenge, people have not interacted with it, but with time, they will get used to it. As we always say that practice makes perfect. As we are going to practice in this Moodle, all the fears will become history. Believe me or not, Moodle is very good in that you can conduct your lectures online, and the people on the other side, they can see and give you feedback immediately. So it is a very good platform. So as being a new technology, we should be willing to adapt and work with it such that we improve our efficiency as a teacher educator. This is not the first time, but I'm now thinking about the sustainability of this Moodle when the VVOB program ends. So as we interact with it, the IT officers must always program and so that this program continue even if the VVOB project ends. Because this is a very good platform. You remember last time UNESCO supported us and you developed some kind of platform. But it is not working. So the challenge we have now, sustainability program in Uganda, is a big challenge. Maybe principal and the other admin, they can work out and so we can sustain this when VVOB ends. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Sebastian. I can see, I think this is Esther's phone. Yes, go on. Hello, Techno, pin 904. Esther, I think, go on. Speak louder.
I think she's not able to. She's not. Her mic could be having.
But it was showing that it is.
Issue.
It was showing that it is coming out. Esther, we are waiting to hear from you. Your mic. She's speaking, but I don't know.
A network, I think.
Okay. Okay, we'll have another chance to contribute to the discussion. Stephen, are you speaking? Okay, Esther.
Hello.
Yes, please
Hello?
speak. Yes, we are hearing you now.
Yeah.
You are not.
You people because I'm through. I'm hearing you people.
Okay.
I said I'm hearing you people, except I started late, and this has given me to learn about this Zoom meeting, of which I think with time I'll be very expert in it. Hello.
Yes, Esther.
Hello.
Yes, Esther, we are.
Hey.
Yes.
So
yes.
the only thing is, because I started late, things about the Moodle apps, maybe I need to be updated later because I started my thing a little bit late.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Okay, we'll ask James probably on another day to show you around Moodle so that you can be part and parcel of the discussion. Okay, so friends, I want to invite Wim to show us the asynchronous activities that we are going to be involved in. Wim, back to you.
Yes,
James,
Ronald, thank you.
Okay,
Sorry.
yes, we'll go on.
Yes, thank you. Let me take you back to the environment, which I was showing before. Let me see, where are we? Yes. So I've returned to the starting page. Let me go to the training, to the online training, the tab. I was showing you this, and when I scroll down, I scroll, you see all the parts that we have already been doing. And actually what I would like you to do after this meeting is try and go to the Moodle environment, either by downloading the app from the App Store and installing that and putting that address that we have been distributing in there with your email and password, or you just take a web browser on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, or at your computer, and enter the site like that. And once you have managed to do that, then you will find this course, and please go through the content of the course. Just open the documents that are there, open the program again, have a look at that. Then experience the different ways you are able to navigate. So you can navigate by clicking the left sidebar, going back. But you can also, for example, when I take here the second one, the Zoom Quick Guide, you can also read something like this one, this guide. And at the bottom, you see also the next document, the next page. So the next one is the program of the meeting of last week. So this is another way of navigating. There is even a third way of navigating in that page. So there are many ways of navigating. You will find your way. But this is an important page because this will give you the overview anyway. So you always will get back to this one and from here navigate. So you can try and open and read the things. So try and open the PDF. You can see there are these little images before something. Before, for example, here it shows. You can see that when other image, it is, oh, so this is text. Yeah, that's right. Let me get back, because this other image, it's just a bit different. You can see it, it's red, and that's because it indicates it's a PDF. So when you open that one, you will see that PDF, I was showing it already, but that PDF is there. So already the type of contents that are here, they differ, but you can read it a little bit. You can predict what is actually there. So here's text, here's the PDF. Let us go to the bottom, because I would like to ask you to do some reading, the reading of this environment, go through it, but also do some activities. And this you can do at your own time, at your own pace. So of course you need to be able to log in And I hope, James, that you will support us with that. I understand you already know a bit of Moodle, but for many of the colleagues, still it is new. But as Sebastian says, we'll just go ahead and learn from it, because this could be a new reality, that we are using more and more of these tools, not only for a program like ours, for the TAP program, but also for yourselves in your teaching. And I find it very interesting, and I like it that you already think about that as well. So the images here, they are also different. For example, there is here the school practice, share your thoughts. There is this image with these two balloons, two talking balloons. I don't know if that's the correct word, but I hope that you get what I mean. This is the symbol for a conversation, something that we are doing now in real time, synchronously. But you can also do it asynchronously, and we call that a forum. So a forum is a way of sharing thoughts, to have a discussion, not real time, but at your own time. So the question here is, and this builds on what we did last week, think of an element that you've heard in the discussion last week about the school practice that you think is important to take forward. And also, if you read the contributions of your colleagues, please give them feedback or ask questions. So actually, this is what we ask you now to do, and you can already see that people are putting their ideas, their comments, they're putting it there. For example, Sebastian already put something here about agricultural lecturers' technical competences. He said something about competences. Let's see what he said. You can do it yourself. You can open this once you are here. And Sebastian says, generate the agricultural lecturers' technical, pedagogy, and generic competences. So if you want to feel that you want to enforce this idea, you can reply. Or maybe you have a question, you can reply. Or maybe you have another idea based on this, you make that reply and you put it there. You put your reply there. I won't do it now. I want to keep it clean. So let's get back, because, let's get back here and navigating, because you can already see that some people are putting things here, and some already have some comments as well. So here is the replies. So you can see, for example, that the school practice thoughts of Bram already has 2 comments, and one of those is of Ronald. So when we go there, we can see what Bram has put here. He actually said, please share your thoughts on school practice. And then Ronald started already building upon that. So we won't take the time to read all of this, but I hope that you get the idea that this is a way to have a discussion, but then using the new tools. So that's one of the things that we ask you to do. Get yourself to the Moodle platform, go through it, and also share your ideas about school practice. Then another thing, you will get access to this platform, and it is nice if we know each other and we see each other. So beside your name, it would be good to have your profile photo here. How to do that? Maybe it's a little bit difficult because this system is so new to you. So to help you, to guide you with that, I made a small movie yesterday in which I explained using the app on the mobile phone how to do it. So if you just take a look at that video. I'm in my Moodle app and I want to add a photo to my profile. For that, I go to the lower down option, the 3 stripes there on the right. When I click that, I see my name, Wim Participant. And when I click there, I will see that it's possible. So this is a video that everyone can easily find and look at, pause, try something, because you can put your own photo here by going to the profile, etc. But the video explains it to you, and it's there. You can see it as many times as you want. So starting this session, I was explaining that the app has the advantage of downloading course material, environment material to the app. How that works, I've also explained in a small video yesterday evening. I've recorded it and I've put it into Moodle, and it's here as well. I'm in my Moodle app, and I want to show you how you can download your course. You go to the course, I take this one, and in the upper right corner, there is this menu, and so the video is a bit longer, and it will take you through the steps to download the materials, so that you also offline will have the possibility to read the materials and even read the forum contributions, and even already prepare your feedback that you want to give. And once you are back online again, then it will synchronize. But the video explains more about that. So there are two more activities that we would like you to do. Let's go back to the overview. And so we have been talking about the school practice, about the profile photo and the download of the course. But then, do you know Zoom? So one of the options that platform provides us is making small quizzes. And this is just to get to know the system. It's not an official thing, of course. It's not a test or something. It's just something to get acquainted with. And there are 2 questions here. We have been using Zoom, so probably it's not too hard to answer these questions. I won't go into them. It's just for you, interesting to go through and to attempt and do the quiz once you are logged in. So let me take you to the last one, and that is your feedback. Like you know, at the end of every training, workshop, or exposure visit, we hand you the feedback forms that we always use. And we do that now also digitally using the Zoom platform. So the same questions that we use always, you can see them here. So here's the form. It's just a bit different, but you can quickly see that the questions are just the same. We ask about the object of the activity, and you can state whether you strongly agree until strongly disagree on the statements that are there. So I think this is doesn't need much of an explanation. You just click where you think you want to what your idea is and how you would like to rate it. Then of course there is also some room for comments as well. And we look forward receiving your feedback on this first digital course that we have provided to also learn from that. So I won't submit it, but I invite you to also go to this feedback option so that we can learn about your feedback as well. So this is how far I wanted to go with explaining the activities that we have prepared so that you can do after this online session. And Ronald, I think I give it back to you, and you will continue explaining the program that we have in mind for April and May. Ronald.
Thank you, Wim, for walking us that far. Dear friends, I think we now have a clear idea as to how we are going to to continue with this session of Moodle. We have homework to do, and I would like to request that we do our best. We do our best to download the Moodle app and then read through, but also go up to the activities that we are taking home, because the very last activity is your feedback. So the feedback will show us who has been able to move up to the end. And we are going to try through James to see that we reach everyone and ensure that we support you until when we complete all those activities. So then, where do we want to move after this introduction to online platforms? And knowing that we are not yet very fluent with them, we shall go slow, but we want to continue. And yesterday, the president has already indicated that we are still at home and we can't be sure what is going to happen even thereafter. But looking at the activities so far done, we have done the online training, 2 trainings. And once you take that feedback, we shall know what you took from the trainings. We want to follow up this with some work meetings. This week, already we have set work meetings for Movende and Nika. Fortunately enough, before we closed Unyama, we had a work meeting with you to follow up on the vision workshop. You did look back at your vision for the college. You looked back at the reward system, or call it incentives for students. You looked at the roles of lecturers, roles of the farm manager. You looked at the organogram. You looked at the map of the farm. All those items are going to be put together in what we call a pledge statement. I have looked at the report you had for that meeting. It was a wonderful report, and I'm sure we are ready to complete our pledge statement. So this week, we don't have anything for Unyama again, but next week on the 22nd April, if you can take note somewhere, on the 22nd April, from 9 to 11, we shall have a meeting with you, and we will be looking at that pledge statement to fit in. That statement requires your agreed on vision, your agreed on reward system for students. What did you agree about the roles of lecturers, the roles of farm manager, and what organogram did you come up with? All those things are going to be put in a document or a booklet if we print it. And this statement is what will be signed by the principal, and we keep it as our Bible for the work going forward. So 22nd is an important meeting for us to work on that pledge statement from 9 a.m. to 11. Then the following week, actually in the same week, Thursday and Friday, 23rd and 24th April, we'll want to bring together all the colleges, all the 3 colleges, and this time we'll be bringing together the lecturers to discuss the guidelines for micro-teaching. How have you been organizing micro-teaching in your institution? What strategies can we lay to improve and uphold the good practices? What has been happening in Movende? What has been happening in Nika? So we'll come together to share and then discuss each other's programs, and then come up with a standard way of holding micro-teaching activities. So on the 23rd and 24th, we shall put out the program, but each day from 9 to 11. Each day from 9 to 11. friends, you will see that we are trying to put these discussions into 2-hour discussions. Either you start at 9 and end at 11, or when we start at 10, we end at midday, or when we start at 2, we don't go beyond 4. This is what you will carry to your students. You can't keep people online for so many hours. We want a culture that allows people to work on a course, on an activity for a maximum of 2 hours, and then you change to something else. And then we are also trying our level best to ensure that each week you have only 2 days of work. So for example, today, we are trying to complete last week's activities. We had training on 2 days. We kind of split them to 1 day last week and 1 day this week. So we are completing 1 week's activities. And if you received any support in terms of facilitation for airtime, that is covering these 2 days. And therefore, we'll try some more facilitation for you going for the next week. So you realize that in next week, we will have almost 3 times, but we will try to again improve on that the next week and do not hold you long online. So then the week starting 27th, we will try to go to business planning. We must do an investment in your college, but we want to do it only after we have done a plan, when we have a business plan. We started on that business plan. You continued with it in the coaching and mentoring session you had with Bram and Rita. We will come back to it a bit in the pledge system, pledge statement, but then we'll come for real training in designing a business plan. And we'll be introduced to a business plan approach. And then we start designing our business plan. And so we shall stagger the activities all the way up to 8th May. We will have different sessions such that we work on building a business plan. And we are thinking that probably after 8th May, probably we shall be back to college and we'll be back to business. So there are activities we are listing down there: school practice discussion. We'll continue business plan workshops. We shall talk about rotation of students between the production units. We will talk about a tracer study that is being launched to find out where our students go and what they do. We will continue the business plan and then work at starting the real investment at the colleges. So these are other activities. If we are still in the lockdown, we shall reschedule them and see what is possible online. So with that is what we expect to do starting next week. And I know now you have an idea of why it was very important for us to come online and what else we need to look at as we move online. So I want to open the discussion now that you have a clear view of where we are going. Are there any fears? Are there any things you want us to take note of? Is there something we are not covering in the discussion? But I also want to say, probably we have not sent that email to the principal. I don't know if he has received it, but we are sending emails to the principals to say what exact number of tablets are we talking about, and who in particular will be holding these tablets. And the principal will have to give us a final go at that. We are working towards securing tablets so that everybody is flexible online. But even going beyond the COVID time, you've already seen how important these online platforms are going to be. And therefore, we want you to have the right gadgets to use such that when you go for a practical lesson outside, you don't just tell us about it, but you show us what it was, what happened, and what did the students say, what did they do. You actually give us a report on that using the available tools. So I want to open the discussion to you. Anybody who wants to say any other comment now that we've mentioned the extra activities, please, this is the time for us to share. Any comments? Yes, James, please go on.
Thank you, Dungo. I ought to first begin by appreciating your efforts in making all those arrangements. I also want to encourage the members that we need to take it up and support Dungo and the VBO team in achieving this. I normally say we need to, this is not our local time we keep. When we say 3 or 2 p.m., that means by 2 you should have settled down and you are ready on your device. And then the other question I wanted to pose is about Moodle. Is there arrangement for maybe subscribing an account for the college so that we can also set up our own environments for the other lecturers? Or we will continue using this for the meantime for the training with VVOB? For now, I submit.
Okay, James, thank you. Wim will respond to that. Any other comment? Any other comment? Yes, Esther. Esther, I see you raising your hand, but you should raise your hand from the platform here. There is an item there, a tab, which tells you raise your hand. But go ahead, Esther. Switch on your mic. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying, I really appreciate what you have been doing, and I really like it. But what I'm trying to say is about the Moodle, how to enter that whatever part of the Moodle. So if it is possible, it is better to send the procedure in the WhatsApp, so that we can try and enter the way we are now been trying with the Zoom meeting.
Okay, thank you, Esther. We shall do that, and please, James, follow up with that. Anyone else?
Dungo?
Yes, James.
Yes, I forgot. Now, maybe for the members, Unyama, I'm proposing that we people start downloading after this session. Then tomorrow we can have a session at our level, so that we bring everyone on board with the Moodle, and we start from there also. So we'll create another meeting tomorrow to get people started with, because some people have not tried it now. So tomorrow we can do it together with them, and we see that they have all started. That is concerning Moodle. We have the guide. Some of them have not yet seen the password, because we have just I've also shared with some few people this just during this meeting the username and password. So tomorrow we shall set up a meeting, and we see that they can get started with Moodle at all levels.
Okay, James,
yes.
Please put the request in WhatsApp so that we can all follow through and see the agreements, plus how we get the meeting going. Florence, please, Florence.
Okay.
Florence, go ahead.
it very easy, Mr. Dungu.
Yes, please.
I appreciate all that you have done and all that you have prepared. It's actually going to make work a little bit easier. My only worry is that with me, I only have this small phone of mine with a small screen. So unless I get back to a bigger screen, I'll be a little bit slow on this because my screen is really small. But I've already got some of those Moodle things. I already have them sent to my email. So I'll proceed as slowly as not as fast as everybody else. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Florence. At the end of the discussion, I will request that we each mention where we are in terms of district and village, such that if we must reach you, we need to begin planning to see, especially if we have purchased any gadgets, we must get them to Florence in Mbale. We need to know how far in Mbale are we talking about. So I will ask for that information towards the end of this. Any other person who wants to contribute to the discussion? Yes, William, go on.
Thank you very much. My concern is actually I have to talk about. One is the last week activity. My case is this because I did not have access to those other information. So I don't know how best I can go about it. And second, I just want to appreciate your effort of actually trying to get tablets for the members. I think this one would make it easy for us to go at the same pace. But those are the only areas I want to talk about. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, William. James, we have a task of almost reaching out to everyone to know how we can help them access the Moodle guide and to be able to do work. But James will engage everyone, and we see how far that can go. Any other comments? Any other comment?
I think.
Yes, James.
Mr. Dungo.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like for Mr. Monda, I'll share the Moodle guide through his email address.
Okay.
For now.
Okay. So can we take a round to know where everybody is right now? William, where are you resident now? So William is near Lacho Hospital. Esther? Esther, where are you? Esther
should be in Laibi.
Esther is?
I'm in Gulu. I'm in Gulu, Laibi Center.
She's in Gulu, Laibi.
Laibi Center.
Laibi Center, yes.
Okay. James, where are you, James?
Center.
Yes.
Okay, James, where are you?
Me, I'm in Laro, around Gulu University.
Around Gulu University.
Yes.
I say.
Yes, Esther, we had Gulu Laibi Center, I think.
Okay.
Florence, where are you?
Indian quarters, Mbale.
Mbale, Indian quarters.
Yes, please.
Okay. David, where are you?
Actually, I'm just within a town at a place called Lalia.
That's Gulu?
Yes, Gulo.
Gulu town.
Yes.
And the place is called?
Lalia.
Lalia.
Yes.
Okay.
Lalia is close to town. Eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Principal can be found at the college.
Yes.
I think principal can be found at the college. Justus, where is Justus? Also,
Just as at the college.
okay, Justus can be found at the college. Or team.
He's at the gate, actually.
Otim in Gulo at Kanyagoga.
Not near the college.
It is near the college.
Okay, those who are near the college, then it is easier to say near the college.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone I have missed for now? Okay.
Well, Sam, I don't know, his phone is off, but I think Justus can maybe find out where he is.
Please Justus call on Sam to know where he is. Otim, I see your hand up. Otim, is your hand up? Oh, okay, he has dropped it. Okay, thank you. Wim, I want us to go into concluding remarks, Wim.
Yes, I would like to thank everyone for again a nice meeting, successful. I like the way you are enthusiastic about the platform, also even for your own education. So James, let us get back to that question, but I think there are possibilities for that as well. I really would like to thank you, and I'm looking forward to the next meeting. Ronald.
Okay, we turn on our. Let's turn on our videos that we see you. It is always good to know how you are faring during this time. I'm sure we are all in a hard time. Principal, did you have anything to say? Let me unmute Principal. Principal, anything as we conclude?
Yeah, just to thank the members who have been contributing and to encourage everybody whenever we call for a meeting, they should get on. I want to thank VVOB for facilitating the meeting, and that's all I think I can say for now.
Okay, Principal, I'm sure that email has not yet reached you, but we will work with Bram to make sure that that email reaches you latest probably tomorrow morning, and then we hear from you. Sebastian, any comment? Do you have any comment, Sebastian?
Thank you very much. I would like to thank everybody for their endeavor to attend this meeting. And I wanted to remind them the Chinese saying, which said that I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. So ICT is all about doing. I'm urging everybody, as you are aware that VVOB is working on our ICT gadgets. When they come, please always practice these ICT and they will become very, very easy and user-friendly. Thank you very much. I wish everybody a good night because we may not meet again.
Okay, thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, William, who has been on phone for all this long. Thank you, everyone, for giving us this time. We shall always work towards the development of our college, and as VBOB, we are always there to support. I thank you for turning up for this meeting, and I want to request that we close the meeting at this point. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.